And what is up, everyone? I am Joe De Hoyos. I am the host of Beyond the Woodline. Um, Real quick before we get the show started, just want to remind you guys if you have any strange encounters or experiences, whether it be with cryptids or paranormal, UFO, aliens, man, hit me up. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to talk to you, really. Uh, my email is beyond.woodline@gmail.com. And I promise you, I won't think you're too crazy. I go out looking for Bigfoot, so there we go. And with that being said, I've got a great guest tonight, Holly Caroline. Hey, Holly, how you doing? And I can't hear you. Something happened there? No. If you want to log off and log back on, we'll try it again. Okay. So anyway, guys, as I was saying, Holly's a great gal, great guest. Let me see if I can get her on. You there? Can't hear you. I don't know what happened there. Hmm. Okay, just let her log back off again and see what happens. I hate that that happened, but well, if you guys are interested in helping out with the search for Bigfoot, um, you can email me for Bigfoot stuff at jrg.hillcountry@gmail.com. Um, some of you may or may not know I'm part of the Jevning Research Group, which is the JRG.
Now it should be working.
Okay, there we go.
Ah!
Great. Cool, cool. That's good. Anyway, so cool. I don't know if you could read the people's comments.
Oh no, I cannot.
Okay, this is
Just a little
also
bit.
Kim. Arrived just in time. Nico said found it. Thank you for
Yay!
joining the show, guys. We appreciate it. But I have Holly Caroline with me tonight. Holly, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and I'll tell everybody how I found you.
I am 31 years old. I'm from Houston, Texas. I moved to New Mexico last September. I've been diving into my TikTok. I am autistic, and so anything I get into, I go all in on it, and so just been really focusing on that. My tarot, my gifts have all been activating more and more and more ever since I just really focused on them, and also since I've moved where I live, it's like a hippie town here. So everything's just been turning on more and more and more. And so I've just always felt like I have a very strong spiritual purpose to help people, and it was a battle of some kind to be able to do that. So now, I mean, I had to escape a lot of clutches to do my purpose, and ever since I've been able to do it, I've been going as deep as I can. And so yes, just been doing TikTok and pursuing my TikTok career and loving it. I love it.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk off the air a little bit before the show came on, and man, you're from Houston. I'm from Houston, so that was like, damn, that was perfect. And you lived in San Antonio for a little bit. I had lived over there for a little bit too. So that's pretty cool. And your journey to where you're at now, that's a really cool journey. And I found you on TikTok because, like I said, well, off the air, how I was looking at everyone on TikTok in the spiritual world, or spiritual genre, whatever you want to call that. Came across your page, watched you a few times. I was like, man, she's a cool chick. I got to get her on. I love the way you talked. I loved how you, put yourself out there, really. And I thought that was really cool. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. And if you guys are wondering, where can they find you on TikTok, actually?
My username is at abcdefg dot Holly, HOLLY, and that's the same for my Instagram too. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah, guys. If you haven't seen her yet, I recommend you go and check her out, man. You'll have a lot of fun at the very least. She's a fun person to watch, and she's got
Yeah.
great energy, as you guys will probably find out soon enough. Um, yeah. So, what got you like into doing tarot?
So actually someone like I there's a group called Unicult. I got into that during when COVID started. It's just I don't know, it's like an online cult. And I just kind of joined it. I just thought it was fun, just something fun to do, get into, connect with like-minded people. And then I did the pen pal program there, and this girl sent me my first tarot deck ever, and it's like the original tarot deck. And I just, I was kind of nervous about doing tarot. I studied every single card like in depth. I kind of took my time studying it, and something in me felt nervous. I don't know what. And then I started making videos on I was making videos on TikTok too, and I saw people doing tarot, so I started getting into that and diving into it, and it just really like I did a lot of video journals with my TikToks or with my tarot, and it just I don't know it in retrospect it told me that my intuition was spot on about everything I had suspected going on in my life, and so it gave me a lot of direction. It really saved my life, and then yeah, because like well, I don't know how it is in Houston now, but at least where I was, like the frequency was a whole type of dark, and so tarot was kind of like my phone to like my higher self and my angels and guides. Like that was like kind of only way they could get through to me apparently, because it was really dark. The people I don't know how to explain it. It was just really dark over there where I was, and I was living just not that far from you apparently. So
Right.
it was odd, and it saved my life, and it just felt like this was. It just started feeling some part of my soul that I've been waiting for, and now I have like I don't know how many decks, like close to 50 decks.
Oh wow.
And
Wow.
so this is like not even a year really going into it. So I'm like, how's this gonna look? I may need to get a bookshelf soon.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely need to. Or yeah. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. 50 decks, I got like five behind me. I think two are oracles. I mean, two are tarot decks and then three are oracle cards. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And like I said, over the last, I guess, maybe year is when I started messing with the oracles first, and then for the last 3 or 4 months when I got the tarot, and I'm still,
Yeah.
of course, too. But um, yeah, it's great. And like, I started meditating, and then that's when I started to see a guide, I guess you could call him, and it's definitely a him, and that might be the guide. Now that I'm thinking about it, that I told you about the hand on my shoulder, because when I started meditating, like I said, at first I couldn't do it. I was just like, I was really close to just giving up and doing something else. But I stuck with it, and that's when I started to have like visions. First, I started off with like shapes and colors and stuff like that. Then I started seeing this guy. He's a big dude. Um, he's all in black. You know, I don't know if that's his clothing or just the silhouette that I've seen of him. But yeah, and that
Mm,
you know that was uh that was an eye opener for me, I guess you could say.
yeah.
And because the first couple of times I was like, okay, am I just imagining this guy? But then after a while, and I've only seen him, I guess, 5 or 6 times total. So I'm not going to say I see him all the time.
Yeah. You're not imagining it. Like I have a lot of those moments. Like you think you're imagining things and maybe you kind of have to sometimes when gifts turn on it, maybe you're kind of gaslighting yourself in a good way, but just roll with it. Just roll with it. And then it's probably more real than you give credit for.
Right. Yeah, and you talked about like your abilities, developing. How did you know that they were developing? And I guess that's kind of a dumb question, but I mean,
No, it's not.
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I just how did I know my gifts were developing? Just like the more you put yourself out there, the more they will like you have to kind of like when you get that like when you're able to live stream on TikTok and you get that like ask for feedback and then they say that you're spot on, that helps a
Right.
lot. And then like lately I've been able to just channel more messages like just I can just shuffle the cards and then messages start coming through. And so just kind of ask and you will receive. So just set the intention out of like what you want to be doing and then it will develop and you'll start getting more specific with things and kind of finding your voice. I feel like TikTok is a tool to help you kind of find like what your niche is supposed to be there. It will kind of reward the videos that they love and kind of like not cap the numbers at a certain thing that they're like that's not where you're supposed to go, that's not your forte, and so it kind of helps you shape what you want to do, and with time and more effort like and just building your confidence it will and just like keeping your vessel clean, like the more you just continue to do that, then you just keep channeling. So
Right.
I am excited. I want to do all the spiritual things, and so I know it's pacing it for me. I think because it knows what the spirit knows that whatever I do, I go all the way.
Right.
I go ham on it, and so I'm excited for whatever's supposed to be happening.
No, no, yeah. You know what? I get like that too. I call it. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I call it Richard Dreyfussing. You know Richard
Mm,
Dreyfuss
mm-mm.
from the Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh,
where
I
he
think
goes
it's
crazy and he starts building that mountain, the Devil's Tower, and he makes like mashed potatoes, he makes the mud, and he's just like
I
really like,
haven't seen that one. I saw the fifth kind more
oh, okay.
recently. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'll do that. I'll get into this zone where I'm like on YouTube and I'm reading or looking at all the videos on tarot and oracles and uh, guides, your spirit guides and past lives, and I'll just really, really just throw myself into it. Yeah, so I know I know what you mean on that,
Yes, I've
man.
always been into conspiracy theories, aliens, all the things, and it feels like finally, I don't know, like I think life is meant to be fun and magical, and that we're finally entering that being more of a reality. So I think you're gonna find Bigfoots.
Yeah,
I think you're
I
gonna
hope
have
so.
a lot of interesting findings in your lifetime with that adventure.
Yeah, man, I hope so. Someone asked, what drew Holly to New Mexico? Had she ever been there before?
Oh, so it's kind of oh my gosh. Well, I don't know what I do know what was going on, but I feel like I'm not supposed to talk exactly about it. But there's a lot of
You don't have to.
darkness that
Yeah,
the what?
actually, you don't have to talk. Get into detail.
Yeah, there's just a lot of dark. Like when you start tapping into magic, and there's a lot of people that depend on your energy, already addicted to your energy, and then it starts getting more magical, and then you stop being a people pleaser, and then it's like you get swarmed by bees or by
Mhm.
bees, and so it was just getting really weird where I was living. It was getting really weird. And so it was really hard for me to leave. I just knew I was going through gang stalking. I can talk about that. I've talked about that. I was going through gang stalking basically. It's like people like it's weird. They harass your home. They bang on your door. All of a sudden, random people have copies of keys to your home. It's just a very scary situation. But I manifested my way out of it. It took me a while, and I just packed my car, brought my cat too. It took a bit to get to finally just bite the bullet and leave. But then I just drove. Like I actually went to from Houston to San Antonio like 3 times. I was like, I was just, I mean, I was talking, I was basically consulting my shaman. I had a shaman. Kind of didn't realize he was my shaman until like recently, but I was consulting my shaman and I was like, we're just trying to figure out what the heck I should do. And then I was in San Antonio. I just went north. I just drove north and I didn't know where I was going, but something was telling me, get out, get out, get out, just go north, get out of Texas. And then I crossed the line into Oklahoma and I started bawling. I felt safe finally, and I was living on my car for like 4 days, and I didn't know who I could even trust to ask for help. And I was living on my car. I thought I was gonna live on my car. Like I was about to make a list of like how I can live on my car and make it fun. And I mean, I was living in Walmart parking lots and things like that. And then someone was reaching out to me and I told like they kept reaching out and I said, well, if they want to get involved in this mess, okay. And so I said, okay, they want to help. I feel like they're going to regret this, but they want to help. They're going to help. And so I called some extended family and they let me know that like I could go kind of like recharge over there. And in New Mexico, like they live actually like they have a home that's like maybe an hour or two away. And so I went there and I was kind of like, I don't know how many people knew about this or what. My whole situation is so weird, but I kept it on the DL where I was and I just was recharging and being taken care of. But I got kind of a weird vibe about things. And I don't know what, I got a weird feeling. And then I slept like a whole week, started eating again. Like I was a sack of bones. Like I would think I was under 100 pounds at this point.
Oh,
And I just started like sleeping, eating. And then I was like, okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. And so I was hunting on Craigslist. We would do some like little trips because there's a lot of really cute towns around here. So we just do trips and little trips. And I was like, I live over in Taos, New Mexico. And I was like, I like this town. I like this a lot. And so I kind of settled on here and I kept my eye on Craigslist, but I also like nothing was panning out for a minute. So I was like, I may just do the car thing again. I may do that. And then I didn't. And then I manifested a place like on the new moon. I did a manifestation list of what I want to a T, and I got it basically to a T. I got like Lebanon studio. I love it, and it's really beautiful and a perfect spot. And it worked out. I had like the perfect amount of money saved for my move, and I when I came here, I had like less than $20 to make it for like. I spent I had to do another trip back to Texas to take care of some things, and it got kind of sabotaged. But when I finally moved here, I had like less than $20 to my name, and Like I had to make that stretch. Like I wasn't really eating for like 2 weeks, not too much. And I was just doing TikTok, and I didn't have any furniture here either. I just was making it work, and I was sleeping on the floor for a little bit, but it all worked out beautifully. It worked out beautifully.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, yeah, man, that's great. I'm really happy for you. I'm glad you're doing, much better, and I think you're going to actually do uh, great in this field. I think sky's the limit for you. I really, really do. Um,
yes, my heart has been calling this my whole life, and the fact that I got a lot of pushback for it just told me that it was that important, and that I don't know, like I knew I was meant to do this, and it's just the beginning, and so I'm really excited.
mhm, cool,
Yeah.
cool. So, so why tarot cards, or do you do anything else? Do you dabble with anything else?
I do dream interpretations too,
Okay.
but tarot is my forte. It's like it just feels like it's kind of like a medium to channel the messages that are needed, and I'm sure it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna evolve. I feel like this is just the beginning, but I think it's gonna evolve. But I'm
Yeah.
super woo woo, and I love tarot. Like I don't know. It just finally felt like something I was good at, something I kept evolving and getting better at. It helped me build my confidence. It saved my life. It saved my life. So I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Um, are you interested in doing anything else, whether it be, bones or tea leaves or scrying, or are you interested in
Yes, I
anything else?
have runes too. I have
Oh, really?
runes.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do. I want to make my own deck. I want to. I have a plan with my bestie here to do some jewelry. I believe we're plotting right now, but we have a lot of ideas we want to do. So we're excited. I'm really excited for everything that's gonna come out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So like, my my daughter has some runes,
Hmm.
and so she kind of messes with them. So uh, it's definitely piqued my interest. So I want to do that, but I'm still learning the tarot, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But um,
Yeah, runes are kind of like tarot in a sense. It's just like a different format of tarot, in my opinion.
right, right,
So yeah, I like seeing people do their tarot journey. I love going on TikTok and seeing people like evolve with their tarot, because I think the beginning of tarot is some of the most beautiful, because like you'll start noticing things like people interpret their cards differently, and I like that about just I don't know, I like seeing the way people see cards, the way they interpret messages, and I like seeing them grow because people grow quickly.
right,
I've seen people that just started and they're already a whole nother level tapped in on the cards.
right,
So that's just the beginning. It's awesome.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? That's interesting you say that, because, like I said, I started messing with the oracle cards, right? And when I started with that, I really felt like I like my mind was expanding, I guess you could say.
Yes.
That's kind of how I felt, and I kind of felt like I was opening up new doors and new avenues for myself. Uh,
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. I say do it at least once a day. That's my rule. Like I feel like I have to do tarot every day. That's what I try to do. Even if I try to take days off in a sense, but I think it's good to practice tarot every day. Like there's something. It's just funny because I started noticing like all my like I had a deck, but then I started noticing like it felt like the government or something kind of dropped. It's like let's do tarot. I don't know what, and it felt like everyone
yeah,
started doing tarot. Even people that were not spiritually inclined, it seemed like everyone had a deck that I knew, and it just felt
right.
like they're like, okay, let's enter this in the game, and I just went with it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. So do you when you do your tarot, do you have a favorite deck, or do you kind of feel them out?
Yeah, there are some that will kind of speak to me in the moment, but yeah, I feel like I don't know. There's some that will speak to me in the moment. I may need to refresh some of them because some of them I've gotten so worn that the edges are looking some type of way. But yeah, certain ones will just speak to me, and I just kind of trust myself on which one to use, and I kind of keep the ones I like the most close by. And I got Nightmare for Christmas deck sent to me by my friend Ethan, and I love this deck. It just something like when I don't know, like I'm a highly sensitive person too, so like you can feel things very well, and so like when you just like sometimes you'll touch a deck and you something just speaks about it, like use this one right now, and so I love this one a lot.
Yeah. I bought that for my niece.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, it's a beautiful deck. I love it.
yeah, yeah. She's such a great kid, and she's told me, she's like, Uncle Joe, I was doing tarot for my friends, and they were all surprised how accurate I was. It's
Yes, I've heard about kids that are
yeah,
woof like that. Like I have a friend that her daughter. started making her own tarot cards. She doesn't even know about tarot, or not much about it. And then she drew her own set of cards, and she drew a tower card.
Oh,
She drew a tower card. I was like, we're like, and she has these dreams. She'll tell her mom these visions. We're just like, she's tapped in. So a lot of kids, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a very magical time we're entering, I believe.
yeah.
It's
And
exciting.
so my niece, I'm pretty convinced she's got gifts, or abilities, whatever people want to call them.
Hmm.
And so that's why I bought her those the cards. We were at a party last year, and I've told this story before, so sorry for those who have to hear it again. Uh, Last year in April, my mom turned 72. We had a party for her. My dad passed away in 2012. Yeah, he passed away in 2012. Um, and so we were at the party at my mom's house, and this was on a Sunday. The Monday, my brother calls me. He's like, "Hey, no," he called me on Tuesday because they were supposed to go on Monday to my dad's grave, uh, to go visit him. He called me on that Tuesday. He's like, "Hey, we weren't able to go because it was raining and stuff, and it was too muddy, so we didn't want to go out there." And I was like, "Well, that's cool." He says, "But I want to tell you a story about Maddie, which is my niece, our niece."
Hmm.
And he's like, "She came up to me at the party and was like, 'Hey, I keep hearing Grandpa's voice.' And he's saying that he's proud of us for throwing my mom a party, uh, and that he's glad she has a party, that she deserves it. Um, and what does he say? That I think he said something like, he was happy for my mom, basically,
Hmm.
And so my niece was telling this to my brother, which was kind of weird, I guess, or kind of cool. But
Yeah.
my aunt told my brother also, uh, which is my aunt. She's married to my uncle, my dad's twin brother. Uh, my uncle called my brother and told my brother, "Hey, your aunt was hearing your dad's voice at the party, and that he told her that he was glad she was having a party, that she deserved it, and that when her time comes, that he would be there waiting for her." So you had two people at the same party hear basically the same message, you know, and
Yes. That's
uh,
confirmation.
yeah, so that was really, really, I guess, cool, that my dad was around, which I always knew he was around me. Um, when I was going through that bad time when I was telling you about in 2017 to 2019, I had that fog. I just really felt my dad was there, and I think he was there uh, to kind of guide me,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
and
When
walk through.
someone passes, they look out for you. They look out for you on the other side. My grandmother's been looking out for me for a long time. I didn't realize it. I would go through drive-throughs and like like they would say Polly like in it like with a P, and then they'd also spell it like her name is Paula and they spell it Pauly, and I just in all these weird ways like my name, and I'm like, I thought it was weird, but I was like, I guess it's my grandmother, and I got a lot of confirmation when I was moving here that she was looking out for me. She has been.
Hmm.
So it's comforting to know. Like whenever you lose someone, like just know that they are looking out for you on a whole nother level. They can see past the veil. They can see things that you're not able to see, and they'll kind of like give you little taps of on things of
Right.
just go this way, go that way. That person's no good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you believe that maybe some of your guides are like people that are like loved ones, whether it's friends or family, or do you think it has to be like
Yes.
your ancestry?
Yeah, I know for sure my grandmother is. I imagine my grandfather too, but I feel like I don't know. I feel my grandmother's presence a lot more than my grandfather's, and I don't know who my team is, but there's definitely high level angels that will look out for me big time. So,
Hmm.
and just know that you also have earth angels that look out for you too. It's just I don't know how it works. It's interesting. There's people like behind the veil and people in your 3D reality that look out for you.
Hmm.
They just have to kind of work in a weird way. So,
Have you ever been scared? Whether uh, doing the spiritual stuff, have you ever gotten scared?
sort of. I have this memory where I was living in San Antonio and I was taking a nap, and it felt like I woke up, but I was in the dream, I guess, and maybe I had some sleep paralysis. And then there was a dark figure just standing over my bed, looking at me, And then I also saw a dog that oh yeah, animals will stay with you too, because I saw a dog that had passed away a long time ago, and it was just
Really?
taking a nap on the bed with me, and I like hadn't even thought about that dog in a long time. Your pets that pass away, they stay with you. So I probably have a pack of animals that hang out here behind the
Mm.
veil. But I remember I had sleep paralysis. I saw this dark figure, and it freaked me out. I mentally told it like go away, like I got a bad vibe. I said please leave me alone, and then it went away. So I've gotten freaked out. I've seen shadow figures, and but I don't know. I just feel like I've really tried wiping fear from my system pretty much. I feel pretty fearless when you kind of have proven to yourself like all the things you've gone through and like all the people that are after you, like it's for a reason. And so when you just remember everything you've gone through and how strong you are, then and that you really have nothing to fear, that those people are scared of you, then it makes it easier for entities and angels to come through and you not be scared. Because I've had a pretty intense angel enter my life pretty recently, and I'm like, thank you. Like it's an intense energy, but it's here with me now. I call her 11, and she's with me and my bestie here,
Good.
and she's helping things because like she approached my friend first, and like I was talking to her like she basically she's been helping us have things like just be a little smoother for us. Like my bestie, like her sales this week have been killer, and then she's like, also my boss came in and gave me a raise. I was like,
Oh,
this angel is helping us.
right. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were talking about, before we came on about how I felt the big hand on my shoulder. It was a huge hand. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. But I wasn't scared. I wasn't even like rattled in any way. When I felt, the hand on me, I just felt like it was like telling me, "Hey, everything's gonna be okay." You know how you walk up to somebody, you might, "Hey, you're fine, you're good."
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of what the impression I got was like. You're doing good, you're doing right. You know, so that's just what I got out of that. And so,
Yeah.
so I was
Yeah.
meditating, right? And I was sitting down and I was doing that, and I felt it, and I opened my eyes right away because I was like, "What the hell?" And even when I opened my eyes, I could still feel it. It was still there. You know, it didn't
Yeah,
go
that's
away.
you're heavily protected. You're heavily protected. Houston has kind of felt like Gotham sometimes, and San Antonio kind of get the Gotham vibe there. So if you're an Earth Angel there, you're a strong person in my opinion. I may have shifted since I left, but last time I was there, it got really really weird. It was really
Mm.
weird. Ooh, someone said Uriel.
Yeah, that may be. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. So do you practice Reiki or anything, or do you try that, or something you're interested in?
It's funny because I used to date someone that was getting into that, and then I just like I feel like when I try something, I try to make it my own always, and so I just started kind of freestyling Reiki in a sense, and I gave like three people visions. I started doing it, and like my hand, I could feel like something maybe guiding my hand a bit,
Mm.
and I did it on someone I was dating. The person that was doing Reiki, I was like, let me try this, and so I just put my hands. I could feel energy going, and I just went with it, and I put my hands like this, and then and then like and then I kind of bopped there. I had my eyes closed. I was just focused. I was just like wishing all the best things on this person. And then it like bopped their nose. And I said, "What'd you see?" They said, well, everyone I did this to, they got a vision. And I asked this person, "What did they see?" And they said that they saw two bridges going to the same place, but like not together. Like we're in parallel, ending at the same place, but like basically like me and him are not going to be together. Like as kind of like I interpreted. Like we're gonna have the same destination. Things may have changed, but like and then I was like, well, what was at the end of the bridge? And then he's like, well, right when you bumped my nose, like the vision stopped. So
Right.
yeah, and so I gave like three people like heavy like intuitive Reiki, and I did have someone that taught me Reiki. I don't know what, it was an interesting experience, but I don't know if they really taught me Reiki. But I kind of got into that a little bit, but it just wasn't my calling exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
I got into that a little bit too, and I was reading about it. And I had a friend of mine, and she was helping me out, but I got so much going on. I really didn't have time to focus on that. But I
Yeah.
think I will eventually, get back on track and start trying that a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
And
big is what I'm hearing. Go big.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And so one of the things that I've also heard you talk about was karma, right?
Um,
Yeah. What do you think karma is, and do you think that it's something that's really out there? That
it
really does
is out
exist?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So karma, in my opinion, is a scales getting balanced, and it's like you learning a lesson that needs to be learned, and it is learned just now. It will have you'll learn it in the way like it's it will happen. Like I've had things happen to me, and I told people what I thought happened, and no one believed me, and I had to go on with my life. And then years, and then the thing is, like when people do you wrong, like you're not the only person they're doing wrong. They do it to a lot of people. So I had to go on with my life, and then I searched someone's name, and all of a sudden their name was all over the news for what I thought they did to me. They were plastered all over the news in San Antonio, actually, for that, and for doing it to other girls, apparently. But I don't know what happened. But yeah, I mean, you'll see it happen. But the thing is, when people go through karma, they just don't want you to. They want you to think everything is fine. They want you to think everything is fine, but everything is actually really effed up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional for them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And so it's just it happens. Sometimes it takes some time, but the scales will get balanced. So basically, if you do something wrong, if you do something that you need to learn a lesson on, it will happen naturally. It will happen. The scales will get balanced. You'll have to go through things, and you'll learn the lesson. It will happen until the scales are balanced on that, and then you can glide after that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think I think we all experience karma at some point in time,
yeah.
and I mean, it just, we're humans, we're going to experience it, um,
Yeah, and there's always something to be learned. And like when I was
right,
going through some heavy karma, and I think also karma is kind of a projection of your own guilt that you feel on a deep level that maybe some people bury, but it's like it's your own guilt that kind of like gets projected into reality, and then the scales get balanced with that too. But like when I was going through some karma, I even had this question like, is this karma for like something I did? Is this karma for something I did? I didn't know for sure, but now I think maybe it was. I don't know, but there's always something to be learned from karma. And like also like I basically went to a shaman school going through karma. I went to shaman school. It was just it didn't look like shaman school at all. It was in San Antonio actually, and I went to shaman school, and I didn't realize. I kind of knew like my shaman told me that he was my shaman, but it's just like I think that I don't know. It was like very low key, and it was very genius, and it taught me a lot. And so now, like when I go places, like my shaman shaped me the most. And when I go anywhere, people kind of give me these looks of some kind, and it's just because like I was been programmed and all these things very differently, and I came out like the diamond. He told me that he was like gonna make me a diamond, and like we kind of were plotting like our fame, and we just kind of I think we just kind of like didn't take ourselves as seriously, and now with time we're like, oh, like our plan worked. So there's
right.
gonna be a big rapper in the future that is going to blow people's mind on a whole nother type of level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to kind of lead the way on things.
You know what? I think I actually saw you talking about that. Was it, think you talking about that today?
Yes, yeah. I
Yeah.
have to kind of. I feel like I have to kind of give my shaman a little like this is happening because I think that it's kind of like he's been my shaman like dedicated his life to his work and really like I mean it got really dark for him and I think I'm like I think I don't know if I'm the only one that took him as I think I'm the only one that took him as seriously as I think I was taking it seriously, but I took it to another level, and I think he took it the wrong way for a long time. And I think I was kind of a shaman to him, like maybe not at first, but like it looked different than he ever could have imagined because we're quite opposite and we're quite opposite. So I'm like I'm this preppy girl that came into to teaching some things and he thought he knew it all and he knows a lot, but he you have to know that you're always going to be learning the rest of your life and you want to be learning.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think that's a big part of why we're here, to keep learning. I don't like people that are like closed-minded and you can't tell them anything, and because they already know it,
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's tough.
so like where I'm at now, like I told you, man, it's been close to 3 years on this journey. I never thought I would be doing any of this stuff. Like I said, I wouldn't thought I'd have crystals and I got a pendulum and oracle cards and tarot cards and I got sage back here. If you had
Yeah.
told me that 4 years ago, you're going to be doing all this stuff, I would have told you were crazy.
Yes.
But I just you know, I just like I said, just opened my mind, and how you doing, Victor? Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, man, uh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's all I can really say.
Yes.
That's what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm
Um,
hearing
uh,
dive into it.
yeah,
Keep diving
yeah,
into it. And I think that everyone's meant to be doing like some type of really fun, creative hustle. and that the universe will just make it work for you. If it's your sole purpose, I feel like it is. And like just dive into it, keep diving into it.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to when you talked about you did dream interpretations. W- Why did you get? Why did you want to get involved with that?
Because I used to lucid dream a lot. Like the first time I lucid dreamed, it's kind of funny. Like I was in some type of home, and then I grabbed an umbrella, and all of a sudden the umbrella started like going like that, and like I started like using the umbrella flying around, and then I was like, okay, I'm
Oh,
dreaming, but this is fun, and so I woke up in the dream. I used to have a lot of lucid dreams, and so like I started playing with that, and then I've always had very interesting dreams, and I didn't even realize like I like it took me like I don't know when I added that to my service list, but I just was I don't know what I had so many vivid, interesting dreams. I wanted to figure out what the meaning was, and then I started realizing I'm really good at interpreting dreams. Like I'm just plain good at this. I should add this on my services on my TikTok because it's related to like my whole spirituality, my spiritual page, and so. I'm self-taught. I didn't even realize that was a skill I was building until recently. I was like, I can offer this as a service, and like I write people basically a little mini essay of their dream, and I'll pull cards as well, and definitely give people well worth their money for a dream interpretation.
Mark has a question for you. Have you
Have
ever
I
asked?
ever astral projected? Nah, I think I astral project when I dream, and I feel like my life is interesting enough that I just don't have that desire to do some things like that in like in waking life. But I think I do it in my when I sleep.
Yeah, I've studied that a little bit. I've tried it a couple times. I only had one weird experience, and that was like me floating like above the world, you know, and that
Yeah.
freaked me out. And I came back that quick, and that was the only time I ever did that. Um,
Yes.
but that was just the weirdest feeling because I felt like I was floating, and when I turned to look, the freaking earth was like below me, and
Yeah.
I freaked out. But
Yeah, I think a lot of spiritual gifts are activating a lot now. A lot.
and Nico says the weirdest thing about being a rising star is the great severing. I was touched when Holly mentioned about getting looks from people, being raised differently. I guess that resonated with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just a lot of people fell for like certain programming stuff, and basically they kind of expect you to respond a certain way, and then you just kind of don't. And then they look at you like you're an alien, and they're like, they don't get why you don't respond the way that they expect. And yeah, I don't know what.
Mm,
It's interesting.
yeah.
So what I hear about what's coming in like the next year and like the rest of our lives is like it's conspiracy theorists and all like the alien people like it's our dream time. It's our dream time. We've been telling these people what we think was going on, what we think is out there, and now it's going to be like, yeah, it is like this actually.
Mm, right.
It is
So, what kind of feedback have you gotten with the dream interpretations?
really good stuff. Like really
Yeah.
good stuff. Like wow, like just people just being like because like when I do them, it's like it just channels through me. Like it's like I get a download from spirit of like what they need to hear from that dream, and so like I'll go on my like I won't even do it on my phone. Like I'll pull my laptop up and I'll just start typing because that's a lot easier for me to do because it just channels through me, and so I just will let it channel, pull some cards too, and it's good. So y'all should get dream interpretations with me. I'm really good at that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And like I said, at the end of the show, we'll give out your information again.
Yes.
Um, I've had, I guess, three dreams about my dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know it's him. I know it's not a dream, but I know it's him in there. And it's just those kind of dreams are just like unlike any other dream. Like if your loved one comes
Yes.
to visit you.
It's a visitation, definitely.
Mm.
Sometimes the dream will be kind of abstract, and I think that dreams and maybe you're astral projecting too, it's like this download. So sometimes it's supposed to be kind of like it's supposed to give you something to think on. It's supposed to give you something to think on. It's supposed to be some downloads, kind of like code between you and your divine team, and it's good. Like it's you're probably astral projecting. I don't know what, but it's kind of abstract and it's a download for you to kind of think on and interpret from them.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're probably right about that too. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Um, Someone asked, "What is the best advice to prepare for what is up ahead?"
I say my best advice is just keep owning yourself, keep knowing your worth, like build your confidence, and then just be in the moment. Like just know that like if you're a light worker, you're a genius. If you're a light worker, you're a genius. If you're into spirituality, you're a genius. You're very strong minded, and that you already set yourself up for success. If you're an earth angel, you set yourself up for success consistently. And so just like believe in yourself, keep believing in yourself, and know that you got this life thing in the bag. And there's a lot of people that are weak minded that made some nasty choices in their life, and I don't know.
Um, people keep asking. I was going to wait to the end of the show, but people are asking about the TikTok only place you do readings. So give out
Oh
your
no.
Facebook
So I
again.
do TikTok. I do TikTok readings. I do readings on my live stream, and I also do private readings and pre-recorded readings via Instagram. I've been doing it over Instagram right now, but I may shift to a different website that I can do bookings on. But just with the numbers I've had now, I can do it over Instagram. But I might shift that probably soon.
Yeah, tell
So
me your
Instagram's the
Instagram.
best way to find me for readings now
And what's
for
your
private.
Instagram
Hmm?
username? What's your name on Instagram?
At abcdefg.holly. So like basically HOLLY. And so the alphabet just leading up to my name, basically.
Mm,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I was like, people keep asking, so
Yes. So
okay.
at abcdefg period HOLLY.
Mhm. Cool. Yeah. So what do you think about past lives? Do you think we live again?
So I think that the download I've been getting about like what's coming with the age of Aquarius, I'm hearing like focus more on your higher self, and it may be multiple people that are your higher self, but I think there's one main one. Focus on who your higher self is, and I think well, the feeling I get with age of Aquarius that we're entering really, really like a whole blast of it is like like your past lives will kind of reveal themselves to you. Like you probably have a feeling about who they are, like maybe artists that you've been drawn to that passed away, things like that. And like I think it's going to reveal to you in a very beautiful and magical way, and that you're like a lot of us are really strong, and like it's like your past lives are kind of going to pay ode to you and give you like a lot of blessings for like toughing through a lot of darkness, because the spiritual warfare has been quite crazy. So I think that what I've been getting is that like it's going to reveal itself to you. Like maybe you'll go like I don't know, like maybe I don't know, it's just gonna reveal itself to you is what I'm hearing. So focus more on like your higher self. And then a hack I've been hearing it past lives you may have is people that you've shared birthdays with. So like my birthday is January 8th. I know that is the same birthday as Elvis Presley and I forget the other guy, a really smart guy. I forget his name, but I say look at people that share your birthday and they may be your past lives actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, something I've
Stephen
heard you talk.
Hawking's. Stephen
Stephen
Hawking.
Hawking. Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something I've seen you talk about too is the timeline shift. What is that?
So a timeline shift, like for me, it was like when you kind of change when you change a core value of yours, like when you finally know your worth, and like or like maybe like say like you're shifting to being vegan or vegetarian or pescatarian, so you're not going to eat meat anymore, so you're not going to go to certain places, like, you're kind of shifting a cycle of things in a sense, like you're not going to go to certain restaurants anymore because like you can't eat from those places, like you can't, like you kind of shift the way you live your life. So if you're like if you kind of have a loop you're in, like a certain routine, and then you change your core value, and then that shifts the loop to go some type of other way, that's changing timelines. Like that's change. If you change something that's a core, then there's a lot of other things that have to change because of that core value. Yes.
And Pam said that's one of her daughter's birthday also. That's pretty cool.
Yes. People with January 8th birthdays are powerful. Powerful.
Oh, okay. January 8th. I've got a January 12th and a 26th kid.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So what do you want to do? In the next year, or 2 years, 3 years?
So I am seeking a mentor and have that in the works. So I just want to keep elevating. I want to keep elevating. I just want to really just I don't know. I've just been so ready for this. I feel like I kind of like, I mean, if you saw me in July, I was not doing well and I didn't look that good. Like I was really bad and I powered through healing. So I just like ran to like a certain point, and now I'm like, okay, I need to pace things a little differently. Like when you're kind of like a spiritual worker bee and like just been trying to do a lot of stuff, you kind of get addicted to like, you feel like you always have to be doing something. And so I just want to focus on like going big, like something like a combination of like Teresa Caputo, Teal Swan, Jessa Reed, like the next version of that. Like, and I want to be friends with those people too. So I just want to be a spiritual leader and really just go big. That's my goal.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Um, what kind of advice would you give somebody who wanted to start out, whether it be tarot or oracles or runes? I mean, what would you,
Yes.
give? What kind of advice?
I would say definitely do TikTok. Do TikTok. Start like like have your traumas and your pain and your questions on things. Really feel your page. Like if you're wondering about like some ex or someone that hurt you or what you want the tea on what's going on with them or whatever, just do your cards and you'll be surprised what happens. You'll be surprised how many people relate to it and have their own version of that same type of thing happening with them. So just like use TikTok to heal and to like, and then when you use your traumas and your pain to heal, it will fuel you into your purpose. You'll start getting more clarity on things, and you'll connect dots. A lot of people, you'll get a lot of clarity on things that people just will not give you that apology or that clarity or clear that thing up for you probably ever. So you have to kind of give it to yourself, and then the universe is on your side on that app. So if you want to do something spiritual, get on TikTok, get your account going. The universe is on your side on it more than ever, and it's really the best place for light workers right now to thrive through social media. And then it will just come together through there. Like you'll keep getting more clarity, you'll start getting more excited, you'll fill that part of your soul that you've been waiting to get filled, and then it will just take off and you'll start connecting with like-minded people, and it's just nice. It's the best app ever in my opinion.
It's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
COVID's what got me on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
same here. Like I didn't know it. I was like, I felt like an old person. I was like, what is this TikTok thing? I didn't get it. And then I started kind of doing the dances and the trends, and it wasn't going anywhere for like 2 years. And then like towards last summer, then I started really doing my tarot on there, and then it just snowballed after that. I don't know who John Edwards is. I have no idea who that is.
He's one of those guys that do like gallery readings, like people who have lost loved ones, and he talks to them crossing over and stuff like that. Kind of like Tyler Henry. You know who Tyler Henry is?
Mm-mm.
He does it. He does it too. I don't know if you have Netflix, but Tyler Henry has a show on Netflix.
Oh wait, maybe
And
I do know who that is.
yeah,
Is he blonde?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen a
yeah,
show. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, John Edwards is the same thing. He's been doing it for years. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think about people that can legit communicate with people who have passed on, mediums?
I think that everyone that is spiritually inclined has gone through a lot. You have to have gone through some type of crazy ring of fire to be able to tap into those gifts. They probably done drugs and things like that. But like I think that I don't know. I've noticed a lot of people like that do psychic stuff. They've done like they're sober off of crazy substances.
They've
So
been through it, right? They've been through it.
yes. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
gone through hell. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we all have escaped some type of cult of some kind, and yeah, they've just gone through it. They've gone through it. You have to go through hell to have to. You have to like expand your mind. You have to kind of go through some crazy types of abuse to be able to be that strong. It's people that are really mentally strong, that are really devoted to themselves and their purpose, and they've gone through a lot. Every reader you see, every psychic, whatever, they've gone through a lot to be able to do that.
You know what? You're right about that. Almost everyone that I've seen on TikTok, for sure, when they talk about the personal stuff, they've been through it. They've been through a lot, and
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So that's one of the things that that I've noticed also, that a lot of those guys and gals have been through it. You don't see a lot of guys, but there's definitely a lot of gals. But maybe I can change that. Maybe I'll be the first guy.
Yeah, I'm seeing more men step into tarot, and I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I feel like that's the next thing we're gonna start seeing. I've seen it trickling in, but yeah, the females kind of started it, and now the men are getting more into it. So I love
Right.
seeing
Yeah.
it.
Um, I think I'll get to the point to where I'll do it, but that might still be 6 months to a year away, where I'm really comfortable with myself and doing that. But I think I'll do it. But I'll probably just be in my jeans and t-shirt.
Yes, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think that the app really tries to show people. It's programming people like you're beautiful the way you are. Like I've seen a lot of people. I think it's always a video you don't expect that blows up, and like maybe you're wearing no makeup, maybe there's something like going on on your face or something like that you kind of
Right.
miss before you before you posted it, and it's just showing you that you're beautiful the way you are, that you're
Right.
beautiful the way
Yeah.
you are, and that's what that
Yeah.
app's all about. It's trying to program people like own yourself, love yourself, you're perfect the way you are, and like also like the more casual you are, like in a sense, like they promote those videos a lot too. So it's always the one you don't want to blow up that will blow up, and it's just trying to show people like to love yourself and that you can live the most beautiful life you want.
Yeah. Exactly. Um, so what are you doing when you're not doing tarot, when you're not involved in the spiritual world? What are you doing to pass time for yourself?
Well, honestly, I think about my TikTok a lot. I think it's because I'm autistic. I've been so excited for this. So I think about it a lot. But I have a bestie here. We go on adventures. It's also because I moved. Like when I moved here first, I was pretty hermited up, and I still kind of have my hermit modes. And it's snowing right now here, so I'm kind of like shacked in here. But so like I was healing a lot, and I just was like, I just had a hard time with other people for a while, so I just focused on healing, and I just didn't really see people that much. And then this year I've been exploring my town a lot. So I've just been getting to know my town, trying to meet people.
Mhm.
I like to take walks. I love hiking too. I cannot wait to hike again.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like free things here that are outdoors that are really nice to do, or cheap events. So once the snow dies down, I'll be doing a lot of that type of stuff. But there's like farmers markets, hiking, lots of cheap things to do. So we're just adventuring around, having fun, and plotting our next moves.
Mhm.
Yes.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I love the outdoors. As I said, if I'm gonna try to go camping this weekend, but if I don't make it, I'm gonna go to that haunted uh, thing in Old Town Spring.
Yes, you should
Yeah,
do it. You should do it.
yeah,
You should do it.
yes. Just a crazy story. When I was living in the house before, um, my daughter woke me up. Was like, "Hey, Dad, I saw this black shadow go from one corner to the other corner of her bedroom." So I told my son, I said, "Hey, go get my recorder, the recorder I take out to the woods, to record vocals." And I said, "Go record, go get my recorder, and we'll do an EVP session." I never did an EVP session, just saying what I saw on TV, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm there talking to my daughter in the living room, and my son comes back. He's white as a ghost. I didn't know he had went into the girl's room. He comes back and goes, "Dad, you gotta listen to this." So he plays it, and you hear him say, "Is anybody here with us?" And you hear a voice come back, go, "Yeah." You know, that was
Hmm.
that was insane. It was a fun night.
Yes,
But
I love that type of stuff. I love it. You can
yeah.
get a lot of apps on your phone that do that type of stuff too.
Right, yeah, yeah. There's all kind of apps, and some of them are kind of cheesy, but a lot of them actually do a decent job. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, cool. Well, we're coming up at the end of the show here. Is there anything you want to add or say to the people real quick, or?
Just make sure you're following me on all my social medias. It's pretty much at abcdfg.holly for my Instagram, my TikTok. I'm trying to get my Twitter going, my YouTube as well. And that basically the point of my page right now is to help people manifest their dream life. And also I like doing like my main gift is manifesting, and it's a long story, but like it was kind of being abused. My gift was kind of being abused before, and I finally realized that, and now I'm manifesting. I have this idea to manifest Wonderland, and so I'm trying to create the feeling, and I'm trying to bring all the right people on the ride.
Mhm,
So I'm not kidding. Like I manifest big things, big, and I
mhm,
didn't realize before what was going on, but now I have reins of my gift and have the green light on a whole nother level from people. So I'm manifesting Wonderland. Also, people have been already experiencing it. Like my friend Ethan, he he woke up and his cat was not in his place, and he said, "I have no idea how my cat is not here. There's no way for the cat to get out. I fell asleep with him like on my chest." And so like his cat is in on it. Like things like that are happening. Like this angel came into me, my friend's live, is playing with us and having fun with us, and so things like that are getting more magical. And so you should follow my stuff, watch my stories, everything. And I'm not kidding on any about it. And if you watch my videos, you'll kind of see what I'm doing. That I'm helping us manifest the most dreamy, magical, amazing life. And that is just it's effortless, but has that right push and pull of like that creative hustle. But it's gonna be like it's just gonna work beautifully. It's gonna work how it should. And I also do readings like for like specific things as well. So oh yeah, and I have a Discord, but I'm trying to keep that group kind of small. So
okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone isn't able to find her, contact me at beyond.woodline@gmail. Tell me,
Yes.
hey, I'm looking for Holly, and I'll put you in contact with her. I'll give you her information or whatever. that you need. And Holly, that goes for you too. If you need me to share anything, promote anything, hit me up, and I'll share it. And uh, I'll promote you, whatever you need me to do. I'll be happy to do it. I think you're a great person. You got great energy. And if you guys haven't seen her, man, go find her on TikTok. You'll have a blast. I promise you.
Yes. Message me on Instagram if you want to get, or just look at my link tree too. But yeah, right now I'm doing readings on Instagram. So
Well, cool beans. Well, we're towards the end of the show here, and I just want to say thanks a lot for doing the show, and I really appreciate it. You're a great guest. You're a great person too, for that matter. So
thank
thanks,
you.
yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for
so much
doing.
for having me on the show too. I appreciate the opportunity more than you know.
Yeah, yeah, and thanks to everybody in the chat room that participated. I appreciate you guys as always. You guys do a great job, and I will see you guys next week. I think I have a show on Tuesday, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and Holly, just hold on real quick, please, and everybody, you guys have a great night.